Welcome to Life Force Rejuvenation. This is part 3 of our mini-series with Mike Ferraro, aka Tetra Healing. We are going to talk about his business and his healing practice, and it's just his story is so amazing. Take it away, Mike.
Right on, John. Thanks again, buddy. Good to see you. I love your backdrop. Beautiful as always. Spinning Merkabas. So basically what Tetra Healing is, I guess I could start off by saying I came up with the name when I was trying to come up with something clever, being really into sacred geometry and things like that. I started thinking about the Merkaba and the fact that it's made up of 2 tetrahedrons. And then just all of a sudden I was like, oh, tetrahedron. Okay. Tetrahedron, Tetra Healing. And I was like, ooh, that's got a cool ring to it. Tetra Healing. Dig it. So I just went ahead and went that route. It just felt good right off the bat. So the premise behind it is I wanted to try to come up with something that incorporated energy. And obviously, you know, sacred geometry and Merkaba specifically, all of those things tie into energy and into the energy of the universe and the energy within us. And so that was kind of the beginning stages of the actual business itself. But what it is that I provide, so I am a certified Reiki master since like 1996. And in the process of learning throughout my life and working with energy, I realized that Reiki is just kind of scratching the surface of what it is that we're capable of and what we can do within ourselves when we approach things from true confidence and without doubt. And that takes a lot of work to get to that point, especially when you're dealing with things that are considered esoteric, things that you typically can't see, but you actually can see when you have an open third eye and things of that nature. But I ended up going through a lot of experiences in that process, like in the last video when I was talking about working on my aunt, going through that meditation, where I was asking the universe source for guidance on how to truly open myself up to be able to access the things that I knew. And I didn't know exactly what that really meant. All I knew is that I'm just scratching the surface with Reiki, and there's so much more that's available, and I need help in figuring that out and learning what that is. And a big part of that was having to shed my old thought beliefs and things of that nature. And that requires going through a lot of dark nights of the soul and going through a lot of just personal darkness and just bringing all that crap that you hold on to the surface and dealing with it and being able to release it and let it go. That process is, it's crappy. I know you know about it too. It sucks badly when you're in the midst of it, but it's a necessary part of being able to release those things and to be able to bring in that light. And such a big part of that is, being able to access it with confidence. And in that process of learning that and going through those lessons, I realized the power of intuition. I realized the power of visualization, imagination. So, you know, like when I'm doing sessions now, one of the things that I do is I start off with a guided meditation, whether it's a distance session or a personal one-on-one. And I start off with a guided meditation and work with the person to set up a layer of protection around themselves and have them go specifically into the heart chakra, the heart center, and really focus on those emotions of love, forgiveness, gratitude, peace, joy, and to dive as deeply into those things as possible. And to really feel it and to expand it into the body and just really focus on bringing all of that energy into the body and then expanding it outwards so that it creates a bubble or a sphere of protection. And then after that, I go into rooting and grounding, and having them visualize and feel density in their feet, and then visualizing the feet turning into roots and going down into the earth and going like thousands of feet down into the earth, and creating that sense of security and safety. And then that also becomes kind of the conduit that I use to help push the negative energies from the body into the earth and allow the earth to take them. In the process of learning all of that, learning the power of intuition, learning the power of visualization, learning that our thoughts are not just these fleeting little things that kind of float by. They are energy, therefore they have density. They are magnetic by nature. They draw experiences to us. The more that we focus on things, the more that we tend to draw those experiences to us. And knowing that, having enough experience to get to a point where I know that in my heart that this is how things work, on that energetic level. And then going into love, forgiveness, and gratitude. Those were the three big things through the whole process of going through all the stuff that I was going through. Love, forgiveness, and gratitude were the three major energies that started to come forward for me to help me realize that's what I started to push and focus on as I was doing my treatments. So it went from doing Reiki, which involves a lot of symbols, very specific things that are involved with Reiki, that I felt became limiting to an extent, because you learn how to use your intuition with it, but it's very much focused on a specific way of doing things. And so in the process of learning through my intuition and learning through love, forgiveness, and gratitude, that became so much more powerful for me personally, to be able to tap into those things and to be able to use love, forgiveness, and gratitude to be able to give thanks for the healing taking place before it happens when I'm working on someone, and to truly have that gratitude in my heart, knowing that it's going to take place. That starts to set up a certain type of energy. And from there, I just allow myself to be guided and feel where it is that I need to go, what it is that I need to visualize. If it's a distance session, I do a lot more talking throughout the process. So I'll know what to talk about or how to speak a certain way to the client, to have them visualize something specifically, or to have them think about something in the process to help facilitate that movement of energy. And I also like to point out too that it's not me that's doing the healing. It's the other person. It's the client that's doing the healing. I'm a facilitator of energy. I help to move that energy. I help them to be able to basically heal themselves. They're the ones that are doing the work. And that's one of the other big things that I like to try to teach as well, is that I'm no guru, I still got all sorts of crap that I'm dealing with for myself. We all are. The biggest thing is to help show people that the experiences that I had that showed me how to have that intuitive aspect and to have that confidence. And I also learned about the power of doubt. Doubt is extremely powerful. And that's one of those things that took a lot to move through as well. But to help people see and feel that strength within themselves, and to know that that power exists within themselves. It always has existed within them, and that they have the ability to tap into that and to move it as well, and to have amazing experiences with their life and their consciousness and their imagination, their visualizations, to know that the type of energy that they're putting out into their universe is having a direct effect on their experiences. And so I use a lot of that as well with what it is that I do. So I would say, even though I am a certified Reiki master, I work more on that intuitive aspect. So I like to basically consider what it is that I do, more of intuitive healing. I also dabble with tarot cards, things like that. I'm pretty good at it. It's not something that I really advertise, but if somebody wanted to, get a reading, I'm totally down. I've done a few for you and some other people, but that's pretty much the gist of it, man. I'd love to dive more into the love, forgiveness, and gratitude aspect, and just kind of more of the experiences and things like that at some point. But because I think that's the nitty gritty of it. That's the juicy part. That's where all the transformation really happens, in my opinion.
That is so amazing. I love your story, dude.
Thanks, bro.
All right, stay tuned for part 4. We're going to go love and gratitude and some tools that he uses. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, my friend.